Did you know the average adult spends over 20 hours a week watching TV? That's more than 1,000 hours a year. So, what if swapping just one of those hours for a new daily win could completely change your thinking, boost your skills, transform your income, and inspire something truly life changing? Welcome to the Big Daddy's Big Tips podcast, the daily podcast helping everyday people go from feeling stuck to building momentum, confidence, and freedom, one daily step at a time. This is not a podcast about hacks or hustle. It's about the quiet power of habit-driven lifestyle design, where your health, wealth, and happiness are upgraded slowly and sustainably through what you do today, what you do tomorrow, and what you do the day after that. Because it is not the handful of big decisions that shape your life. It's the thousands of tiny ones you make each and every day. Things like what you eat, or how you move, or what you buy, or what you say yes to, or who you spend your time with, or even how you react to situations. Ultimately, it's about what I like to call your daily wins versus your daily drifts. Because every single decision you make in your day creates a ripple effect. And that ripple will either be a positive one, which takes your life in the right direction, or it will be a negative one, taking you in the wrong direction. The right direction will take you towards a future you that's flourishing and that's thriving. But the wrong direction will result in you feeling stuck. And feeling stuck can mean different things to different people. It could be constantly feeling tired or struggling to sleep. It could be not liking the reflection that you see in the mirror. It could be aches and pains that won't go away, or just lacking the energy to do the things you actually want to do in a day. It might mean living paycheck to paycheck. It might feel like you're never quite getting on top of debt. You could be struggling with budgeting or saving, or feeling like your income potential is capped. It may mean knowing that you should invest for the future, but you never quite actually take any action. Being stuck can equally be about what's missing on the inside. It could be stress, anxiety, a lack of purpose, low self-worth, strained relationships, feeling like you're just going through the motions, or even struggling to just be present with the people that you care about the most. The truth is, whatever form stuck takes, it always feels heavy. It slows you down, it clouds your decisions, and it convinces you that change has to be too big or too overwhelming. But what I want you to know, and what this podcast is all about, is that you don't need a dramatic leap to escape feeling stuck. You just need to start redirecting your life journey by changing your ripple effects. And we do this one daily win at a time. Because whether your ripple effects are working for you or against you, they will be invisible at first, and they'll be barely noticeable after a few weeks. But as the months and years roll by, they become too big to ignore. And where you find yourself today is the result of the life journey you've been on thus far. You've been taken on that journey because of the ripples that you have created. And the ripples you've created are the result of the thousands of micro decisions that you have made each day. And the decisions you've made each day are the result of how well primed your body has been on those days. Or as I like to refer to it, how well primed your vessel has been. Look after your vessel, and making good decisions is easy. Choosing the daily wins is easy. Allow your vessel to build up rust, on the other hand, and you will find yourself more easily distracted by and tempted by the bad decisions, the dreaded daily drifts. And I know what you might be thinking. Maybe you've tried to change before, but you started too big, or you focused on one area of your life whilst the others quietly slipped away. Maybe you think change has to be dramatic, or that you have to wait for the perfect time that never arrives. Those are the same false beliefs I had to break for myself. And the truth is, the smallest daily shifts, stacked the right way, can change everything. And the beauty of the BDBT system is that you don't need to change everything. You just need to start priming your vessel. Guard what goes into your body, prioritize how you move your body, prioritize how you rest your body. And every single tip you hear from me is part of that system, part of that journey that helps you prime your vessel so that you can shift from daily drifts to daily wins, from noise to clarity, from feeling stuck to feeling free. Because the BDBT movement is not just about saving money, and it's not just about getting fit. It's about creating a life that you can feel proud of by breaking down the overwhelming, into the achievable, and by getting there one daily step at a time. So imagine this for me now. You're sat on the sofa after dinner, remote in hand, ready to binge the next episode of your favourite show. But instead, you hit pause. Not on your life, but on your autopilot. You swap that one episode for a TED Talk or a podcast that feeds your mind, maybe sparks an idea, or maybe teaches you something that you didn't previously know. Today's tip is this: swap just one TV episode each week for a TED Talk or a podcast. TV isn't bad. In fact, it can be very, very entertaining. It can be relaxing. It can even be inspiring. The problem is when it becomes the default. Our brains are wired for comfort, and it's far easier to sink into the sofa than it is to seek out new ideas. But that comfort can very quickly turn into drift. We let hundreds of hours pass each year without feeding the part of ourselves that thrives on growth and curiosity the most. And we can do this while still sat in the same position on the same sofa in our most comfortable clothes within the confines of our own four walls. A few years ago, I was stuck in what would I call it? My comfortable trap. I'd finish work, I'd make dinner, I'd collapse into the sofa, and I'd let Netflix determine my entire evening. Until one evening, the Wi-Fi went down. Disaster, right? Maybe not. Instead of panicking, grabbed my phone, found a podcast that I downloaded weeks before that I'd been meaning to listen to. Doesn't matter exactly what it was about. It was an athlete talking about discipline, mindset, resilience. By the end, I felt so energized. I literally grabbed a notebook and a pen and started scribbling down a couple of ideas that I could do in my own routine. That one evening sparked a ripple effect that I still benefit from today, all because my Wi-Fi failed and I swapped TV for something that fed my mind. TED Talks and podcasts can directly influence your health. They can introduce you to new perspectives on nutrition, on exercise, on sleep, on mental well-being. Learning about these topics from credible experts helps us make better choices, whether it's trying a new workout, whether it's adopting a stress-reducing habit, or even improving our eating patterns. Listening instead of watching also reduces screen exposure, which can improve a number of things, including our evening wind down and our sleep quality. You might also discover smarter ways to save, or invest, or launch your own business, advice you may be able to even apply immediately in your own financial advice. Even beyond direct money tips, the habit of consuming educational topics and content boosts your problem-solving skills. It can increase your earning potential over time. One idea from one single talk or podcast could ultimately lead to a promotion, or a side hustle, or a cost-saving strategy worth thousands. Swapping passive entertainment for active learning also builds confidence, a sense of purpose. You're feeding your curiosity and you're expanding your worldview. And that can improve your conversations. It can make you more interesting to other people, and it can deepen your connections with people who share your passions. You'll also find yourself more in control of your time, which is a huge driver of life satisfaction. The stories and ideas that you hear can stick with you for years. One metaphor from one TED Talk or one piece of wisdom from one podcast guest could resurface at exactly the right moment in your life. It could guide you through challenges or inspire you to take action. Start small. Pick one evening a week and swap just one TV episode for one podcast or one TED Talk. Choose a topic that you're genuinely interested about, not something that you think, in theory, you should learn more about. Keep a notebook nearby to jot notes down, or do it on your phone. You'll be surprised how quickly those notes add up. This tip is a classic example of a BDBT daily win, a small intentional choice that primes your vessel for better decisions across your health, wealth, and happiness. You're replacing drift with growth, but without sacrificing your whole evening or turning your routine upside down. And over time, those swaps compound into real tangible change. And if you'd like to lock this habit in and actually see the impact it has on your life, I'll recommend getting your free copy of my Big Daddy's Foundation Blueprint, which is more than just a tracker. It's a system that shows you how small daily actions just like this stack up over time across all of your health, wealth, and happiness. You can use it to track where you're already winning, you can use it to spot where you're already drifting, and you can use it to watch your momentum build week by week. Because when you see it written down and when you measure the ripple, that's when it really starts to sink in. That's when it becomes part of who you are. You can get your free copy from the link in my bio on Instagram. You can get your free copy from my website, or you can get your free copy from the show notes below this episode. So if today's tip has got you thinking in any way, please share it. Not just online, but with someone in your life who might need it too. Because real change spreads when we pass it on, and your unique ripple may just be sparked into life when you have that conversation and share your new knowledge. Even better, try explaining the tip in your own words to somebody that you know and that you care about, because if you can teach it, you're far more likely to remember it. And if you would like the full breakdown of this tip with extra examples, bonus strategies, and a free downloadable guide to help you implement it in your unique daily routine, head over to Instagram, drop me the keyword in the show notes below, and I'll send you the free guide directly. When you combine that with the foundation blueprint, it will stand you in very good stead for ingraining this tip into your day. So if this episode has sparked anything for you, come and hang out with me on Instagram and TikTok, where you'll find me every day at Big Daddy's Big Tips, sharing simple, high-impact tips to boost your health, wealth, and happiness with one small daily win at a time. You'll also find weekly bingo cards to keep you motivated, free downloads to dive deeper and make change easier. You'll find weekly go lives that feel like a proper pep talk, as well as more honest chats, just like this. Make sure you're following so you don't miss the next tip that could change everything. And if you've tried any of my tips so far, I would love to hear from you. Send me a DM, tag me in your progress. This is just the beginning, and I want you to know how proud I am of you and that you are not going on this journey alone. If you need any help or are unsure in any way about implementing this tip or the benefits that it can offer you, then reach out and I'll be in touch to help. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. And please remember, your future does not change in one big leap. It changes in the next small step you take today. So why not start right now? Get that vessel primed, create those positive ripple effects, enjoy a truly life-changing journey, one small step at a time. I end each episode by asking you a question that you can answer in the comments below, and today's question is this. If you swapped just 1 hour of TV for learning this week, what topic would you choose to learn about and why? Think about it. Let me know what springs to mind in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Big love, Big Daddy.